All right, welcome back to another exciting tutorial. Okay, in this section we want to dive into touch our websites to look more or less like a website. So that what topics are we going to dive in for the purpose of this episode is called carding. All right, what are cards? Okay, let me just show you a typical example of how it looks like from Bootstrap. Okay, let's go back to previous release. Let's go straight down to 4.0 and we scroll down and I think we are going to look at that. If you can't find it, you type card inside this place, but here I think I know where this is, under components. So when you scroll down, you click on it, you see Bootstrap Card provide flexible and extensible content container with multiple variants of options. Okay, let's look at the options. Carding simply means you are wrapping something up with image, with a title, a text, and a button. Right, they use this a lot more in a standard website. So you can see different ways to which you can actually use carding. You can just have a header, a subtitle, a text, and probably a link. And you can have something like an image with a text. Okay. All right, we have a lot of examples. Okay. All right, you can see we have different type of ways through which you can make use of carding. Okay, so but let's code it from the scratch at our hand so that you have the overview of what this thing, how this thing really work. All right, okay, so I've actually done something behind you. I make sure that the image is too big, so I reduce the display to 4, and I think that's what I did to actually make sure that this fits to the center, and I have this at the bottom. Okay, so what I would do is that I want to put it inside a grid. So if you want to put something inside, you don't forget that you need a container. So from the container you need row div dot row, control space bar. From the row you now need to give it a container. So what I want to do is that I want to have a div of call md6. So if it's on a medium device, it should be divided into 2, but if it is on a large device, call lg to be divided into 3. Okay, so now this is inside this particular grid. I'm going to actually put my card. So okay, so now that I've done that, I can now say okay, card div should have a card, control space bar. So if it has a card, definitely I need to have a body. Okay, but before having a body, I can have probably an h5 dot card title. So that is what I want the title to be. Okay, so this I want it to be node.js. I save it, node.js. I save it now. Let's go preview and see how it's gonna look like. You can see you have node.js inside of this place. Okay, all right, so then the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to ensure that I give it a body. I give the card a body. Okay, let's say div dot card body. So from this body I'm going to have my text. Let's say I give it a paragraph, and let's just copy the dummy text, lorem ipsum. See, this lorem ipsum is just like a dummy text I would normally copy from Google if you're really developing and you don't have the content yet. So okay, so just copy something, just paste it inside there. So let's check it out. Let's see what's happening. You can see. So, but you can see this node.js is actually at the extreme end. That means this particular title is supposed to be inside the body. Okay. Control S. Let's check it out. Control S. Let's check it out. You can see. So okay, from here now I can decide to give it a button. Okay, Control spacebar. I will give the button a class readMore. I will give it name of readMore, and I will ensure that the class, I give it a btn primary, so that I want it to be blue. All right, let's save it. Let's go check it out. You can see. So, but this thing is not really, this is not what I really wanted. Okay, I want to ensure that the card has an image. Okay, it has an image. MG control spacebar. Okay, now I've created an image folder and I've put some images inside this place. If you want to do that, just right click on top of the project folder and click on new folder and name it img. So that's what I did. So when I finish doing that, I now go back to that particular image folder on my desktop. I created it on the desktop and I pasted the images that I want to use inside this place. So these are the 4 images that I'm using. Okay, so what are the size? You can probably just go and copy some image on the internet and see how it looks like. So the size is this. The size, let me show you the size. I open with pen tools, so just look on size and come to pixel. You can see 400 by 143 size. So you can probably reduce the size with pen tools to 400 by 143. All right, so the first images that I want to use is Node.js. If I right click on that image and click on property, you are going to see that the property is in PNG and the name is called Node. Okay, so here I will now type the folder that contains the images is called img, which is located there at the top. You can see, and I have some images inside that place. Excuse me, it's called node.png. So all I have to do is just say node.png. all right, but this image is still not going to look at, it's not going to give me what I really wanted because I've not actually added class. So okay, you can see it's too long, so I can make sure that it is a bit fitted. So if I want to make it fitted, I give it a class of card img top. Okay, let's Control S and let's check it out. You can see that's actually giving me what I wanted. Okay, so this is just a typical example of how to create a card. So now here, now let's say for instance, now this Tech guy want to have some couple of programming languages that you want to teach you through this website, and you want to actually make sure that it listed them through blocks. So I have Node. Okay, what else? Just have to copy this column. You know, you can see a line under the div, and you can see a line under the closing div. So I'll just copy it like that from the first to the last call. You know, I told you the call LG is supposed to be 3, so that means I'm pasting it 2 times. Okay, call LG, I'm pasting it 4 times because when you have 3, it means you are dividing 12 by 3. Don't forget, our grid system is in 12 lines. So if we said call LG should be 3, that means you are going to see 3. If you have 12, you are going to get 4 times out of that 12 if you divide it. So let's save it now. You can see I have some couple of this thing right here. So what I want to do is that I want to change all this node. I want to change it to MongoDB, React, and Webpack. So here I just have to say here this is Node. The first one is Node. So I'll change this second one to Mongo. So I'll change the third one to React. Fourth one to Webpack. Webpack. All right, so let's start changing the images. You can see that everything is in .png, so I don't have issues. All I have to do is just to change the name. Webpack. Webpack. One of the very interesting part of Bootstrap is that you don't need to. In fact, I just want you to understand it. That's why I just write it from the scratch. You can go to the website and copy exactly how the card look like and paste it here. It's still going to work. But all you have to do is just to ensure that you know your onions, know it, so that if you want to edit, it's going to suit what you really wanted. React and I think Mongo. So I have Mongo, I have React, and Webpack. So let's save it. You can see everything has changed now. So okay, this is where we're actually going to stop for now. Let me just reiterate so that you understand it very much better. What we did right here is that we just understand the concept of card. So let's look at the type of card that I use in here. So okay, come on. We have a lot more, but I just pick one. Okay, I'm trying to get it now. I think it's at the top. I use something of this nature. Okay, come on, let me scroll up. I'll see it. Okay, this is what I use. I use the image, the card. You can see the card image, the card body, the card title, and the text. So that's what I use, and this is exactly what I use. All right. So okay, so if you even copy all this and paste it on your grid and paste it inside this place, inside this grid, let me check, and you paste it under this particular grid, is going to give you the same result. Okay, so that's exactly what I did. So let's try it out. Let's copy this entire stuff from a card. Let me paste it. So I have to remove this. I don't need this. I just want to show you that it's going to actually give us the same thing. So, and the image source is Ctrl Z. The image source is img / I'm having node, right? Node.png. Okay, so png. Okay, so, and I change this one to node. You can see Node.js is going to give us the same thing. Okay, the only difference we are going to have is this text. So let me just copy this text as well. I just want you to make it the same. Okay, so let's just post this text there. Okay, so it's still going to give us the same thing. All right, you can see the only thing that is different is go somewhere else, which is I didn't change from the button. So you can copy and actually paste directly, but I just want you to know the genesis, know how it works. That is why I actually did it that way. Thank you guys for watching. In the next episode, we're going to dive into more exciting tutorial on Bootstrap. Thank you, and see you in the next one.